What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel as well as on Twitch, so make sure you come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound, and I do have a new song out recently called Summer Gravity, so check it out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. All right, guys, I was just going through a little bit of the numbers recently, and I kind of just randomly happened upon this and wanted to share it with you, but it is the maximum amount of players that are able to get the maximum amount of entries for the weekly reward draws. Now, keep in mind, or remember going back to the post, you need to have 5 million SPS staked, whether that's owned or rented, in order to get, I think it's 30 draws per whatever it is, right? Or 30 entries per whatever you do. I think you can get obviously more than that per day, or I'm not actually not even still sure how it works, but it's capped by your SPS, which is another reason that I went out very recently and rented more SPS, right? I haven't done that in a very long time, but I rented some just to top up to the next level because I realized I was somewhat close. So the numbers, I'll share this with you quickly, and then we'll kind of get into a little bit more of analysis, but there's 3 billion SPS that will ever be minted. So if you just start from the top, 3 billion SPS divided by 5 million, you get to 600 players that could have maxed copies, or not maxed copies, but maxed entries into this reward system. And my guess is that this reward system is going to be, the way moving forward. Maybe they tweak it here and there, but this is something that I think they really liked and got out of Frontier mode, and they implemented here with the Conclave Arcana rewards. I don't really see that changing unless something dramatically changes in the future, because people seem to enjoy it, right? So with that being said, 600 players is the max amount. But as you can see here, we have burned over 240 million SPS, which is not quite 10%, right? That would be 300 million. But even if we were at 10% of it burned, that would get us down to the 540 range. So it's a little bit above that. Maybe we'll say between 550 to 560 player range. But where this gets exciting is down here on the total that is currently staked. Because keep in mind, while we do have like 2.76 billion still out there, a lot of that is sitting in the DAO. A lot of that is sitting as undistributed rewards for whichever different pools. And all we have currently staked is a little bit over 1 billion, 1.04 billion. And when I ran that number divided by the 5 million, it came out to 207 players. So it's a little bit of a sobering fact, because it's like, well, if you want to be somebody who's getting, all the top, potential entries and the best chances for winning these arcanes, right? They're just being given away. They're literally being given away for free. These arcanes, these one of ones, these one of X's, right? Whatever it is, they are being given away for just like participating. That to me is actually fascinating, because only 200 players can achieve that right now. And when you think about the fact that SPS has a really long tail, it's significantly less than that actually have over 5 million. I haven't run the numbers, but I'm sure we could go look at one of the rich lists and see just how many people actually have that amount of SPS. But then it's not just that. Are they competing at champion level and doing their 5 battles a day and getting their 5, or not 5 battles, but getting their 5 wins, right? So that cross section starts to become even smaller if, let's say, people just have a large amount of SPS, right? And you think about, I'll just call out Vuctus and Brave Tofu, who are each, I think, over 50 million SPS. So that's like 20 spots that they just took right there, just right off the bat, right? And then obviously there's a lot of other accounts that maybe have more than 5 million or around the 5 million. So I think that's fascinating. Just from a numbers breakdown, because of how small it is. We're talking about in the hundreds. We're talking about in the low hundreds, right? Just above 200. And the simple fact is that even right now, it's probably less than 200. But what is like the broader impact of this? Does that even matter? And I would say yes, because we are starting to see demand kick back in. I've done now 2 videos recently for SPS rental demand, which is the kind of canary in the coal mine, to say the least, right, for the SPS demand. If there's no SPS demand out there, nobody's buying it, but also nobody's renting it, right? It's cheap on the marketplace to buy. Nobody wants it. And even though it's cheap to rent out, right? It's even cheaper to rent out. Nobody was doing it for a while. So the fact that it's back now shows that there is some intrinsic demand. People are coming in and they want to have SPS to win some of these arcanes. So as we move forward, and the team works to get more players on board. I'm not saying that we're going to get a bunch of, champion level whales that all want to come in and buy 5 million SPS, but I do think you're going to get folks that want to get a decent amount of SPS, whether that's renting or buying. And the thing is, once renting becomes more expensive, meaning that, people are not getting their bids filled and they need to, go up a little bit higher to 0.002 DEC, for example, or 0.003. And have started hearing some complaints about that, right? People are like, I don't want to pay double what everybody else is paying. Well, all of a sudden, it's like, if you need that SPS now, the market might just do what the market does. So we're still very early on in this. Obviously, I think we're in the second or third week of this reward cycle. But as I said earlier, I don't think this is going away. I think we are going to see this kind of reward system play out for the later parts of Conclave Arcana and whatever comes after Conclave Arcana. But that is all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.